Dear students, welcome to the math class. This is Vijayani Nayak, lecturer in mathematics, Bose Cutter. Today I will introduce you with integration. This is the topic from Engineering Mathematics 2 of second semester. Okay. Then the presentation, the outline of my presentation are objective of this chapter, and the second one is the topics that I will cover today. Okay. Then let us know about the objective of this chapter. After completion of this chapter, we will be able to do integration by using different methods, and we will be able to evaluate the definite integrals, and then after we will be able to find the area under a plane curve. That is, if you draw the curve y equal to fx is like this, then you will be able to find the area under this curve by using definite integral. Okay. Now let us know the topics that I will cover today. First of all, we all need to understand what is integration. Then after, we will know about some simple integration formula. And then after, we will do some simple problems by using this simple integration formula. And at last, you have the assignment to do. Okay. So just pay your attention so that you will find it interesting. Okay. So let's start. What is integration? Let's start. What is integration? Okay. You have already known about the process of differentiation, that is to find the derivative of a function. In particular, the derivative of sin x. The derivative of sin x is cos x. Okay. The derivative of sin x is cos x. That is, if you differentiate sin x, if you differentiate sin x, you will get cos x. Then how will you come back to sin x? By the process of integration. Okay, by the process of integration. That's why integration is defined as the inverse process of differentiation. Okay. Here, one thing may come to your mind that the derivative of sin x plus 2 with respect to x is also cos x. Okay, is also cos x. So the integration of cos x should be also sin x plus 2. Let us symbolize this as, that is, integration is symbolically written as elongated s. That is, the integral of cos x with respect to x is equal to sin x. Okay, the integral of cos x with respect to x is equal to sin x. Since the derivative of sin x plus 2 with respect to x is also cos x, here we can also write that the derivative, the integration of cos x should be also sin x plus 2. Okay. Similarly, since the derivative of sin x plus any constant, the derivative of sin x plus any constant is also cos x. So here we can write that the integral of cos x, with respect to x should be also sin x plus any constant. That is, c is an arbitrary constant. It takes any arbitrary values. Okay. So here you have concluded that the integral of a function is not unique. For example, here we have proved that the integral of cos x is sin x, maybe sin x, maybe sin x plus 2, maybe sin x plus any constant. That is, sin x plus c is the family of integral of sin cos x. Okay, family of integral of cos x. So in general, we can write that if the derivative of a function g of x with respect to x is equal to f of x. Okay, if the derivative of the function g of x is equal to f of x, then the integral of the function f of x with respect to x will be g of x. Okay, g of x plus c. G of x plus c. Here, this is the integral side. This is the integral side. Integral side. And this is called the integrand. This is called the integrand of the process of integration. And this gives you the variable of integration. The variable of integration. Okay. With respect to which we have to integrate the function. And this is called the antiderivative. Antiderivative or integral of fx. And c is the integrating constant. C is the integrating constant. Okay, c is the integrating constant. That is, if the derivative of g of x of the function g of x is equal to f of x, then the integral of f of x with respect to x is your g of x plus c. Here c is the integrating constant. As this is an indefinite constant, this integral is called indefinite integral. Okay. As this is an indefinite constant, it takes indefinite values indefinitely. So that's why this is called indefinite integral. Okay. Now this is time to know the simple integration formula. Okay. Simple integration formula. For this, let us first differentiate a simple function x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 with respect to x. Okay. That is equal to, just take 1 by n plus 1 out of the derivative. Then you have 1 by n plus 1 into derivative of x to the power n plus 1 with respect to x. Okay. That is equal to 1 by n plus 1 into, just using the formula of differentiation, the derivative of this is equal to n plus 1 into x to the power n plus 1 minus 1. Okay. These two are cancelled out. Then after simplification we will get x to the power n. That is, the derivative of x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 with respect to x is equal to x to the power n. Then what we will here do now? Just that implies the integral of x to the power n. That implies the integral of x to the power n with respect to x is x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Okay. Since the derivative of x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 is x to the power n, so we can write the integral of x to the power n is x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus integrating constant. Okay. So this is the formula. Here n plus n cannot be equal to minus 1, because if n equal to minus 1, then the denominator term becomes 0. That implies this term becomes undefined. Okay. That's why n should not be equal to minus 1, but can be any real number other than minus 1. Then the next one is derivative of ln x, natural logarithm of x, with respect to x is 1 by x. So we can write the integral of 1 by x with respect to x is ln mod x plus c. Why we have taken here mod x? Because logarithm function cannot be defined on negative numbers. Okay, non-negative numbers and also 0. So this is that formula. Integral of 1 by x with respect to x is ln mod x plus c. Okay. Now the next one is we have already proved. The next one is the integral of cos x with respect to x is sin x plus c. Okay. Now let us come to the next one. Come to the next one. That is the derivative of minus cos x. What is the derivative of minus cos x? That is minus into derivative of cos x with respect to x. That is equal to minus derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Then minus into minus, that is a plus sin x. So here we have found that the derivative of minus cos x is sin x. That implies here we can write that the integral of sin x with respect to x is cos x plus c. Okay, this is the formula, that the integral of sin x with respect to x is minus cos x plus c. Likewise, we will get other simple integration formula from the corresponding formula of differentiation directly. That is, since the derivative of tan x is sec square x, so the integral of sec square x with respect to x is tan x plus c. Similarly, since the derivative of minus cot x is cosec square x, so the integral of cosec square x with respect to x is minus cot x plus c. As derivative of sec x is sec x tan x, so the integral of sec x tan x is sec x plus c. Okay. Then the next one is, since the derivative of minus cosec x is cosec x into cot x, that's why the integral of cosec x cot x with respect to x is minus cosec x plus c. Likewise, you will get other formula integration, which you have to memorize to do the problems on integration. Okay. Now let us know the algebra of integrals. Now let us know the algebra of integrals. That is, if you have to integrate the sum of functions, then how can you do it? If you have to integrate the sum of algebra of integrals, okay. If you have to integrate the sum of functions, then how can you do it? That is, for example, suppose you have to integrate f of x plus g of x with respect to x. Okay, then you will be do it by just integrating separately each function and add them. Okay, add them. That is, here the integral of f of x plus g of x with respect to x is equal to the sum of integral of f of x with respect to x and integral of g of x with respect to x. Okay. Now, if the second one is, if a scalar is multiplied with a function and you have to integrate this, just take lambda out of the integration and just integrate that function only. Okay. That is, the second one is, the integral of lambda f of x with respect to x is equal to lambda into the integral of f of x with respect to x. Now lambda is any constant. Okay. Now, by using the above simple integration formula and algebra of this integral, let us do some problems on integration. Okay. So our first one is, let us do some problems. Then our first one is to integrate x to the power 6 with respect to x. And this is in the form of the formula x to the power n. Integral of x to the power n. That is equal to x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Okay. So we can just integrate this function by using this formula. Let's see. Okay. Here in place of n you have 6. Okay. In place of n you have 6. Since the integral of x to the power n is x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1, so here we have 6 plus 1 by x to the power 6 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 plus integrating constant. Okay, plus integrating constant. After simplification, you will get the integral is x to the power 7 by 7 plus c. Okay, 7 plus. This is your answer. Then our second one is 3 cos x. The second one is integral of 3 cos x. 3 cos x with respect to x. Okay. Here, by using the algebra of integral, we can just take out 3 out of the integral. So, you have to just integrate cos x with respect to x. So, our next line will be 3 into integral of cos x is your sin x plus the integrating constant. This is your answer. Okay. Then our third one is integral of 4 cos x minus 3 e to the power x plus 2 by root over of 1 minus x square with respect to x. Okay, 1 minus x square with respect to x. We can evaluate this integral by using algebra of integrals. That is, we can evaluate this by separating into 3 parts. That is, integral of cos x with respect 4 cos x with respect to x minus integral of 3 e to the power x with respect to x plus integral of 2 by root over of 1 minus x square with respect to x. Okay. Then just take out 4 out of the integral sign. So you have this by using algebra of integral. Then just take out 3 e to the power. Then integral of e to the power x with respect to x. Then just take out 2 root over of 1 minus x square with respect to x. Okay. Minus, equal to 4 into, then integral of cos x is your sin x. Just write here. Minus 3 into integral of e to the power x is e to the power x. Plus 2 into integral of 1 by root over of 1 minus x square is your sin inverse x plus integrating constant. Okay. Now our next one is integral of height tan square x. Integral of height tan square x with respect to x. But there are no direct formula to integrate tan square x. But we can replace this tan square x by sec square x by using the formula sec square x minus tan square x is equal to 1. That implies your sec square x minus 1 is equal to your tan square x. So, what you have to do now? You have to just replace this tan square x by sec square x minus 1. Okay. So, just replace it. Just take out 5 out of the integral side. Then replace this tan square x by sec square x minus 1. Okay. Then you have to integrate sec square x minus 1 with respect to x. Then our next step is 5 into integral of sec square x with respect to x minus integral of 1 with respect to x. Okay. This is equal to the integral of sec square x is your tan x minus the integral of 1 is your x plus integrating constant. This is your answer. This is very important. Okay. Then our next one is to integrate root over of 1 plus sin 2x. Okay. Root over of 1 plus sin 2x. integrate this. We can replace this 1. We can replace this 1 by sin square x plus cos square x. As sin square x plus cos square x is your 1. Okay. And replace this sin 2x by 2 sin x into cos x. Okay. Replace this. We can replace the sin 2x by 2 sin x into cos x. So just do that. Root over of 1. In place of 1, write sin square x plus cos square x. And in place of sin 2x, just use this formula, that is your sin x into cos x. Okay. To integrate this with respect to x. Now, you can observe that this expression can be written as the expression under the square root can be written as whole square of sin x plus cos x. Whole square of sin x plus cos x. Okay. Then we have to just integrate this with respect to x. Here, after simplification, you will get this is equal to your integral of sin x plus cos x, as the square and square root are cancelled out. Okay. Then just do this integral by separatively integrating sin x and cos x using algebra integration. Okay. That is your integral of cos x respect to x. Then integral of sin x is minus cos x. And integral of cos x is your sin x plus integrating constant. This is your answer. Okay. And this is an important question. Then I think you are now able to do the problems that I have given in the assignment. Okay. Hope you all could understand this class. So in the next class I will discuss the integration by substitution and integration of some trigonometric functions. Okay. So let's see in the next class. Thank you.